Duncan Pratt 5 says, I got a question I want y'all to discuss. Can current manga Luffy beat both Kid and Law at the same time? Oof. And we'll go with Lawrence first.
No.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah, no.
All right. Lionel.
I don't want to say yeah.
Wow.
Can you say why you say yes real quick?
I mean, I was supposed to be thinking of, like, for instance, thinking of Luffy's progression. Like, besides him having future sight, seeing their moves, like, now he, like, for instance, we just saw him, he blocked Kaido's attack. Mm-hmm. So even if they try to do, like, you know, Chrome or Ray Gun, Luffy could potentially just hockey block it. All right, get out of here, and just keep on, like, you know, keep that up and fighting them. Granted, I don't know like, for instance, Luffy possibly might get tired out, but again, if he could just stay base, like he's kind of what he was doing with Kaido, not saying he needs to, like, you know, Kaido, like, he can't beat Kaido without going any gear for it, but the fact is he's staying base right now fighting Kaido. They are nowhere near Kaido or Big Mom's level. Yeah. So I'm thinking about Luffy's, like, strength right now, difficulty fighting Kaido. I'm going to say it's still going to be difficulty, but, like, Kaido's a monster. Mm-hmm. Like, Luffy's clearly having a hard time, and we know for a fact that if he's going to beat Kaido, it's not going to be base. Yeah. But I'm saying that question, does Luffy really need to go Gear 4 or Gear 5 against Kid or Law at this point? Because, again, like, Luffy's finding Kaido base and maintaining it for now. Again, I'm not saying, like, not knocking Kaido, but, like, Luffy's holding his own for now, with surviving. Luffy's surviving base against Kaido. Not saying that Kaido won't take him out anytime, but he's surviving. Again, they're not on his level, Kaido's level, that Luffy could probably stay base fighting him. If he needs to amp up the power, that's just increasing Luffy's power even more, giving them something more to deal with. And like I said, like the fact that I saw Luffy block Kaido's attack just shows, like, all right, like, Luffy could probably block their attack too, you know.
Okay.
You're tripping and you believe in the hype.
What about you, Sub?
You know
absolutely not. Thank you. Hell no.
You see what you just said?
No, just no. I shouldn't have to explain why it's no.
I'm always going to go against.
But it's no, and it's an emphatic no.
Yeah.
It's too much to deal with.
Yeah, okay.
Big Mom basically just couldn't deal with it.
You're saying that Luffy's above Big Mom by this level.
And Big Mom has way more to counter what they were doing now than Luffy does as a rubber dude with some pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, way more. So, like, no.
I guess
he can't. I don't think he could. Personally.
So, in my opinion, yes.
Wow.
And the reason why I say this
separated us like
that. So the reason why I say this is because most of those attacks that Big Mom was receiving, right? Kid is not going to hurt Luffy with them. He's crushing and compacting, and he wasn't using Haki against them. That means Luffy's not going to get hurt from those attacks unless Kid infuses Haki into them. Now, Law was using Counter Shock, which won't affect Luffy because he's rubber, right? Lightning, electricity doesn't do that. Doesn't work on him. If he does Kroom, I can see how that would destroy Luffy's insides. But again, what he was doing, can it affect Luffy's rubber overall? Because naturally, he's going to just be immune to all their attacks. So you're going to need Haki for that. Now, Law's ability to take out his heart and stuff like that, that's completely possible. So I can see that happening. But at the end of the day, it's like, Luffy doesn't even have to touch you or be near you in order to use coding and hit you. He's faster than both of them. And he has Future Sight. So if he has Future Sight on, he's dodging a sign. He's going to dodge some of Law's attacks as well.
Even John Hughes say you tripping.
No, that's a good point. For instance, Luffy saw Kaido gonna hit him, but Kaido was too fast for Luffy to dodge it. Are they Kaido or are they Kaido speed?
Exactly.
No, they're not.
Law can be faster than that with his room. You can't. Kaido couldn't even follow Law's movements, and I was telling you this, right? Kaido right here, he was seeing what Luffy's doing and attacked Luffy.
Can't believe y'all right now.
Yo, they just tripping.
So wild
they think the difference. You just put Luffy way above Big Mom because Kid and Law.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm not confident Luffy could beat Sanji and Zoro.
We're not saying that.
We're not saying that because you're saying that that Luffy could beat Kid and Law. Big Mom didn't do that.
No, but you're not understanding the type of Big Mom I really have been talking about. Like I've told you, like Big Mom was nerfed during that fight because she didn't utilize any Haki at that point. Mm-hmm. If she utilized her Hakis, that fight would have been much easier. But she didn't do any of it. So I'm not going to use Big Mom as a basis for what Luffy can't or can do. All I'm saying is if he's using the things that he has in his arsenal right now and he's impervious to most of their damage, that's it.
But that's not true.
Yo, didn't Apu knock Luffy out like 30 chapters
Yeah.
ago? Like, what are we talking about right now, yo?
Like-
are we serious? With Law's trickery and kids, like the unique style that they have have like 1,000 ways they can beat Luffy.
Yeah.
Like 1,000. Luffy is a come forward straight brawling fighter. He is the worst possible matchup for these two dudes in a fight.
Especially Law.
See,
my God.
this is where it comes into play too. Luffy's most
Yo, in
likely.
the polls 50-50. This is crazy.
What's crazy is that you guys are not realizing that Luffy's a fighting genius, right?
Oh
Like
my
we
God.
agree on that. Like you agree on that, right?
Yeah, we
Seb,
know
do you
he
agree on that?
Fighting genius?
Yes.
No, Luffy is.
He's a fighting genius. So what I'm gonna say is, if they're using awakenings, Luffy's probably gonna be like, "Yo, I can probably use an awakening with my fruit," and he's probably gonna try to dive into that. We've had instances of him trying to do so with other fights. He did it with Future Sight. He's doing it with Conqueror's Coding now. He's going to see something and think that he can probably do it as well in his fight. So we're not counting on that either.
Yep.
I'm not saying, I'm just speculating that he might be able to do that, but he's proven he's able to do that in those fights. He adapts, and he's going to beat them.
I'm saying
No,
they
he
beat
won't.
him too quickly.
No,
Like,
no.
I think they're going to beat him. Law's techniques end fights. And Luffy doesn't have the same kind of, like, ability to just, like Big Mom, right? She had all types of stuff that would allow her to not get one hit or quitted by Law. Like, he couldn't even move
What makes you think
Big
that?
Mom.
What makes you think that?
She can't do that
Hold on,
with
go,
Luffy. He
Lionel.
can move Luffy.
No,
he can
no,
do
he couldn't.
all the stuff.
Bastion, first,
Luffy.
I was talking to Lawrence about this. I said,
Speculation, though.
no,
man.
I said,
No
pretty
proof.
much, I said, Kaido, Law said he couldn't lose Big Mom and Kaido, right? But we see Luffy get moved. But again, was Luffy fighting Law? Was his hockey against Law? No, he was an ally.
Doesn't
That's my
matter.
point. That's my point. Like,
That doesn't matter, though.
No,
Do you think,
you
so
think-
you don't
that
think Law,
doesn't-
you don't think Law can swap Luffy, move some Luffy somewhere?
No.
You think he would be
if his
Yeah,
hockey,
that's
if his
speculation.
ho-
Honestly,
hold on,
that's
if his
speculation.
hockey is as high as Kaido and Big Mom's, most likely not.
No,
not, though.
and secondly,
Luffy doesn't hit as hard as them either.
and
And they're taking Kaido and Big Mom attacks. Luffy, who's not proven to have power level of them, so they would be able to take Luffy's attacks, right? And Law's attacks would work on Luffy as well, because like one, he's smarter than Luffy, right? And also,
Why
two,
would it work on Luffy though?
why wouldn't it work on Luffy?
Because he's made out of rubber. Like if he's
So-
using shock waves to hit him from the inside, he's just hitting rubber from the inside.
No, yeah, but
It's one of the reasons
that's
why
what-
we think
those
that.
are those type of
Hold on.
attacks, though.
Yeah, but that's what he was using against Big Mom most of the time. Kroom is that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, for example,
Like for example, right? We consider Blackbeard is going to have his Goro Gora negated because Luffy is rubber. We expect him to use some type of awakening, right? And he's going to negate that. Why wouldn't it work for Law too?
that I'm trying to say is that's because he used lightning, right?
That's not going to work.
Yeah, I know the lightning's not going to work, but Law has other things that he could use in his arsenal, right? Because remember, you act like Law doesn't have, for example, Lionel knows this too. Law has hockey. He's one of those people, like, for example, when Luffy was overusing his hockey against
He was able to call it out.
Doflamingo, he said, and this is, for me, I took it as a doctor's perspective. He said that Luffy is overusing his hockey. And we seen back then Law using his hockey.
You're
right?
100% right.
And the reason why I say this is because, for example, we see that why he, me and Lara were talking about why he probably wouldn't use it so much. Law's ability itself is already draining. It drains him, right? So him adding hockey to that is going to drain him even more. Against Luffy, who's not the crazy powerhouse of a Kaido or Kaido or Big Mom, that danger of drowning out all your energy against Luffy is not going to be there because he could also outsmart Luffy. And the whole speculation that he won't be able to cut Luffy, you act like Law is not a rival of Luffy in the beginning. He's one of the top three.
Hold on.
So like you're trying to say that what you're trying to say is that Law's hockey does not compete with Luffy's hockey at all. That's what you guys are saying.
I don't know that he
Yeah,
even
hold
needs
on.
hockey to cut Luffy.
No,
Like,
hold on.
know what I mean?
We know
room,
that he
he
can
can
cut
no,
Luffy.
I don't think you can cut Luffy.
See,
Hold
this-
on.
With
No,
room?
Hold on.
No,
Lionel,
you're talking
he can
about-
cut Luffy.
No,
I'm talking about room.
No, but this is what I do want to say.
also, we
this
gotta
is
take
what
calls,
we
bro.
got to take calls and
But-
like I'm gonna say something, you say something, then we'll end it, and then we'll come back to it. What I am gonna say is that we're forgetting that Luffy's base form now. He's base form using Conqueror's coding. He can easily overpower Kid or Law if he's using his hockey plus his Devil Fruit. He's not Big Mom. He's not just using his Devil Fruit. He's going to be hitting them. Most of their attacks are not going to work on him, besides the heart, taking out the heart, or cutting him, in my opinion. But go, Lionel.
I meant cutting as, you know how he disassembled Kinemon?
Yeah.
I don't think he could do that to Luffy, just like he couldn't do it to Kaido and Big Mom, because their hockey was too strong. Like they said that
That's
hockey
an
was strong.
assumption, though. Yeah, like, I
The
don't...
thing is, why did y'all didn't try it?
These are
though?
Yonkos.
Why
So
didn't
y'all
y'all try
basically
it?
think Luffy's full-blown Yonko level, then?
No.
No.
What?
I just think that they said the fact that they said the hockey. For instance,
This makes no sense.
I'm not saying it's the same, but for instance, you know you said that Doflamingo could control people, right?
Yeah.
And when Luffy has his weakest condition, he controlled Luffy. But as soon as Luffy went Gear 4, that was out the window. He couldn't even do it anymore. So that Doflamingo has a limit of if people put a certain amount of hockey in it, he can't control you. And I'm thinking, for instance, Law's cutting Virgo, that's the basis of, all right, that level of hockey, he can cut him. But something that he couldn't even do to Kaido and Big Mom, because if he could do that to Virgo, why not do it to Kaido and Big Mom? But he couldn't do it. He didn't even try to do it, because he knew it wouldn't work because their hockey's too strong. So I think, again, I'm not saying Luffy's hockey is the same level. I'm just saying that Luffy's hockey is the point where that won't work on Luffy.
But you just said in your own thing, you see the difference here. You're comparing Yonkos, the highest level of thing, where it's agreed that Law shouldn't be able to do this.
Hold on, let's start taking calls.
Like,
We'll get back to it. We'll get back to it.
The poll is at 50-50, so...
All right.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
the
How they
poll is-
rivals? How these rivals?
We'll talk about it later.
Oh,
Let's
man.
let's